So here I am out and about, and I have a new toy. This is the Carpuride W702 Pro. It's an Apple Play and Android Play navigation system and screen. But let's go back to the beginning and see what happened. Yeah, so the folks at Carpuride contacted me recently to ask if I would review one of their products. I said yes, so they've sent me their Carpuride waterproof Navigator. This is the W702 Pro, and it's designed to mirror your Android or Apple phone up to the screen, to this screen that sits on your motorbike. Full disclosure, they did send me this product for free for me to review. The content, however, is up to me. Anyway, let's check out what's inside the box. There we go, there's the main screen, you can see that. It's quite a nice size. So it comes with the power cable that you can hardwire to your motorcycle. This is your ball mount. I won't say ram mount because it's probably not a ram mount, but ram mount style, which you can attach to your bars. It's another mount. This is the rectangle mount. This is to put on a small navigation bar. You can see that. I'll probably be using this system. I'll be mounting this on the Cfmoto 450, which does have a bar at the front, so this will probably be the mount that I will use. Yep, there you go, screws, pretty obvious to attach to there. You also get a power cord, which is a USB power. So obviously the better way of mounting it would be to use the hard wiring. However, if you wanted to use it on a different bike, I can see the advantage of having this. I've got a couple of bikes, so it would be good to mount the hardwire to one, and then if I want to transfer it, just use this, power it up. Oh, spare fuse, that's good. Spanner and an instruction booklet. I'll probably be getting good use out of that. Anyway, so that's what's in the box. It's pretty good. It's everything you need to get going. All right, I suppose we better go check out how we put it on the bike. So here's the unit mounted up to the Cfmoto 450 MT. I've actually gone with the square bracket, which mounts to the bar there. It's got a rubber grommet in there so you can adjust it to different size bars. But I went that one. It's got the anti-theft device on it, which is basically a screw through there. So for someone to remove this unit, they'd have to take the screen off, undo the screw, and then take it off. So that sits quite nicely on there. The other option for mounting is they give you this ball mount, which goes to your handlebars. Great one if you're swapping it between bikes all the time. You mount it up on the bars. I might be swapping it, and I might use this on the other bike, so that's good that they give you two different mounts that you can swap between the two. And further to that, I've hardwired this in, so there's you can see the join there, and this wire goes through and goes to the accessories of the MT. I've done previous videos of how to rig up the accessories, so I'm not going to do that here. But if you didn't want to do that, or if you're swapping to another bike, they do give you the USB cable. So you can simply plug that into the USB of your motorcycle, and great if it's a temporary installation. Installation was pretty easy and set up. They do give you this quite comprehensive instruction booklet. So that's a bit of a nice, you don't actually have to really try and decipher what the hell's going on. It tells you. So that's a nice bonus too. Looking at the unit itself, it's quite a nice solid construction. It's got the integrated sun hood over the top, nice thing. Might reduce a bit of glare, might keep a bit of water drops off it too. The unit is waterproof, it's IP67 waterproof, so no problems there, but I was just thinking it might get irritating to view if you get water on the screen. So as an overview of what this does, it mirrors your Apple or your Android phone, and you can put your apps on it. So you can see I've got various music apps, I've got my Google Maps. So it's basically an interface. So how it works is your phone connects to this, your intercom connects to this, and this is sort of like the brains of everything. So everything goes through here. So it's really good to, you know, make phone calls, receive phone calls. For maps, navigation, I like Google Maps rather than Apple. But it mirrors your phone, and so look, it's good, you know, having like this. The Garmin's good when you're following a track that you've created at an earlier date, and when you're off road. But when you get into a town, you know, and you just want to get somewhere, that I find this is incredibly limiting. I ended up just pulling out my phone, mounting it here. My phone's got quite a small screen, and it's not the best. But this way, I can have a nice big screen up on the bars and see, you know, where I want to go. So that is a really nice thing, and you can see it's got a really nice bright screen on it. Around here, it's quite a bright day. And that is just really easy to see. It's also got this particular model has the light sensing, so it'll automatically adjust to the ambient light that's around, which is a nice feature because, you know, you don't want to be driving along at low light and have this super bright screen blinding you. You know, it is easy to turn the brightness down, but, you know, it's nice if it does it for you. So let's have a look at some of the features it has. So one of the things I want to show you is how quickly this screen starts up when you turn the key. So we'll just turn the key there and let it fire up. There you go, already connected. You can see the Apple Play on the screen. Yep, done. So there you go, it's on. And there you go. So what happens is, when you turn it on, it automatically reverts back to the screen that you had on when you turned it off, which is great because you're navigating along, you know, you pull up to a service station or something and fill up with fuel, turn your bike off, you turn it on, you know, you don't want to be fiddling around getting your navigation screen back on. It just automatically comes on for you, which is a nice feature. So when you start this Carpuride unit up, that screen there is actually customizable. You can send the details into Carpuride and they will modify it for you. Apparently you can do it yourself. I haven't looked into it yet. I haven't sort of decided of what I want on the screen, so I'll put some thought into that. So one of the features of this is the ability to connect to 2 different headsets. So if we go to here and check the audio output, you can see there's 2 different places to connect. I've connected to number 1, of course, and there's a space for number 2. And that's great if you've got a pillion and you both want to be listening to music, etc., talk to each other. They're all connected, so that's really nice. But there you go, so 2 different headsets, that's really good. So one of the features, of course, of this is being able to play your music. So if you go to your music, it brings up your what you've been playing in your library, just as it does on your phone, and then you can just play that through your headset. And when you're playing music, up at the top here you've got an EQ button, and you've got various presets, pop, electric, which are just different contour curves of the EQ, so you can customize it to suit you. And of course a loud button there. There also is a custom setting as well in here where you can actually just adjust the faders to how you want. As soon as you do it, it actually comes up as a custom menu, you can see there. But that's pretty good. And of course you've got your volumes as well, so that's good. And you can access the volumes too from the side button. There's a power button just where my finger is behind there. And if you short press that, you can bring up the volume control as well. There you go. And the other thing too is long press, you can turn the unit off. So, you know, if there's a situation where you actually just don't want this screen on, it's annoying you for whatever reason, you can just turn the screen off, so you don't have to have it on the whole time. It also has a card, a memory card you need to supply, but it plugs into the side there. You've got to take a couple of little screws off to slot it in. The advantage of that is you can actually put your music on there and hear it played straight from your card. You've got a couple of other features here. You've got your compass. I need to calibrate it still, but it does have a compass, and it's also got an altimeter in there as well. So that's sort of pretty cool if you're going up some big mountain ranges and you want to get an idea of the elevation gains or losses. And of course there's your brightness up there, and that's your auto brightness thing there, so I won't touch that because I want that left on. So with your off-road navigation, as I said, it uses either Google Maps or Apple Play Maps or Here Maps. There's a couple of others as well, which I don't use. That does require cell coverage. Look, I believe the system does work with the Gaia mappings, which is for offline use. Now, look, I don't use Gaia maps. I haven't as yet. It might be something I look into. I use the HEMA maps on my phone, which doesn't project to the Carpuride. I think that's an issue with HEMA, not actually Carpuride. I think that's because HEMA wants you to buy their own dedicated system for that. So that's something I might look into. At the moment, of course, I do have the Garmin mounted there, which suits my needs. So that's something I'll look at down the track. But that would be a great feature, just to have all your navigation needs on the one unit. Yeah, so it brings up your different apps on your phone. Not everything, of course. It's the applicable maps. There's the OSM and maps. Again, I don't use, but it is there, and your various music apps as well. You can go into your settings and adjust different things there as well. Up there it shows you that says your phone is charging. It's not showing that the unit's charging because there's no battery inbuilt. It's showing your phone is on charge. Something to keep in mind though, because this mirrors your phone, it will use power of your phone. So you probably need to keep that charged, or do keep an eye on it. And at the moment I've got mine in this little tank bag here, which is sort of good. It does keep it off the handlebars, away from damage or the sun or vibrations. So it is nice to have it, locked away. And again, that's great because you can see the state of charge, the state of reception, and the time as well. Now, when it comes to this unit integrating with the Cfmoto, there's a couple of things I found. As I said to you, the phone connects to your Carpuride, your headset connects to your Carpuride. But with the Cfmoto, your phone is also connected to the unit. As you can see, it's got the phone and the headset all linked there. But what that means is that when you get an incoming call, as well as it getting displayed on the Carpuride, which you're connected to, it also shows the phone number on your dashboard. That means too that to answer the phone, you just use the button on your handlebars to answer the call, and that button there ends the call. So when a call comes in, you don't have to either touch the screen or touch your headset. You can actually do it from the handlebars. To make a call, you can use the Siri function, and no doubt Android has its equivalent of that as well. I've tried it out with great success, so it's great. You can make and receive calls without even touching anything, or taking your hands off the handlebars rather. So yeah, it's really nice. Riding along, just answer the call, button on your handlebars, and it's displayed on both screens. Admittedly, the Cfmoto, it just comes up the number there, a small thing, whereas the Carpuride does come up like your phone does, big, who's calling and answer buttons. In a couple of weeks, I am off on a fairly sizable trip, heading down to Tasmania for a couple of weeks. So it's really good that I'll get a chance to try this out then and see how it all goes and how it is to live with. So if you're looking for one of these units, I will include in the description below a discount code where you get a discount. Now look, I will get a small commission from anything that you purchase from them. It doesn't cost you any extra, it's just a little bit of a kickback for me. So use it if you can, if that's something you're interested in.